Welcome to our Wave 2 solo preparation program. I'm your host, Matthieu Duvault. I am Wave 4 instructor trainer and freediving competitor, and I will guide you throughout the program over 4 weeks. This dry preparation program is tailored to take any beginner freediver, but certified with any freediving agencies, and to prepare you for your upcoming intermediate course. We're gonna go together through breathing techniques, CO2 tolerance, mobility, equalization, and diving techniques. You can expect about 2 hours and 40 minutes of work every week for a total of 10 to 11 hours for the complete duration of the program, the 4 weeks. Alright, now that the presentations are done, let's dive into it. Let's start our day 1 and first session of our base training program. Today we're going to talk about mobility and diving techniques, and more specifically flutter kick. Flutter kick is the most important and basic diving technique that you will learn while using your fins. Flutter kick is very important for every part of freediving, from safety to performance. It's very important to have a good technique and to feel efficient and comfortable in the water. Today we're going to cover some different types of stretch and mobility exercises to increase your flexibility and range of motion of your ankles. That will help you for flutter kick, but also for every type of diving technique that we use in the water, from free immersion to no fins to even dolphin kick. So we're gonna start on our yoga mat, knees on the floor, legs parallel and feet slightly parallel, not going inward too much, ankle extended. So you're gonna sit comfortably on your heels. If everything is okay and your mobility allows you to get there, you should feel pretty comfortable. If you start to feel discomfort, you can use your hands on the side of your body to elevate your butt slightly so you release some of the weight of your body weight applied on your ankles. At no point you should feel any pain. Then we're gonna release the tension by doing an invert and tucking our toes. The second part will be exactly the same, but using a yoga block. We're gonna put the block on the yoga mat in the lowest position. We keep exactly the same position with the feet and the legs, and we're gonna sit comfortably on your heels once again. Here, because our knees are slightly elevated, we should feel a little bit more push on the ankle. Same thing, if you feel that it's painful, maybe stick with the first version, which is the more gentle. If it's okay, you can go to the part 3, which will be exactly the same again, but using the yoga block in a higher position. That means that your knees will be more elevated and will create a little bit more stretch on your ankle. Here we are doing simply passive stretching. If that position is pretty comfortable and easy to maintain, we're gonna go for the phase 4, which will be without any use of yoga block. We're gonna put our hands on the side, knees on the yoga mat, same position as the beginning, the part 1, but that time we're gonna elevate our knees to put the whole body weight directly on our ankle and stretch to the maximum that we can do. I will repeat myself, this position should also feel pretty comfortable. You should feel the stretch, but it should not be painful. If it is painful, I suggest you to stick with the previous versions. Alright, I hope you like this mobility and stretching session based on your ankles. Remember, you can practice it as much as you want, and keep in mind that every stretching and mobility exercises are much better to be done a couple of minutes per day or a couple of minutes per week over a long period of time than 1 hour once per month. If you want results, you need to be consistent in your progression. That is the key of success, and that's also basically the key of success in freediving in general. Consistency and repetition is very, very important. So now let's practice some flutter kick dry exercises. The first exercise we're gonna do is flutter kick standing on a step to help with coordination of front kick, back kick, and symmetry between both. Okay, so we're gonna start with holding ourselves on our right leg with a little space below to be able to do forward kick and backward kick without touching the floor and pointing our toes the whole way. So for this you can use a stool, a chair, or simply a step, like in this example. We try to have a symmetry between the front kick and the back kick, and we try to activate our muscles consciously, including quads, hamstring, calf, and of course glutes. The second exercise will be to practice simply flutter kick on a yoga mat on your back. Alright, so for this exercise, we're gonna hold on our hand just below our back, forearm flat on the ground, and we're gonna perform some flutter kick. We're gonna keep the leg straight, toes pointed, abs engaged, and we're gonna do some series of 10, 15 or 20 repetitions. Little break, and we go again. The goal here is to not bend the knees and to keep our toes pointed and to keep a certain balance between forward and backward and to keep your cat away. And finally, let's practice flutter kick on a ball, belly facing down. Now we're gonna do something a little bit similar, but this time we're gonna use a yoga ball, or it could be also a little part of a sofa. We're gonna hold in front with our hands, and we're gonna perform this finning flutter kick, pointing our toes, straight legs, trying to find a balance between forward kick and backward kick. The goal is not to go very wide. What we want for flutter kick is a fairly narrow amplitude with a little bit higher frequency, but it will depend also of the fins you use. We try to perform between 10 to 20 reps. And we go for another one. You should also feel that it's a fairly strong core exercises, and it's normal that you feel your abs burning a little bit, as well as your glutes, your hamstrings, and your quads. And we go for a last series. Try to be consistent in your technique when you perform this kind of exercises. And the goal, remember, it's always to be consistent also in the duration of the exercise and the way you do it and when you do it and how you do it, to be able to get the most out of it. It is indeed very important to understand and visualize properly the right technique to be able to master it and feel more comfortable in the water. Technique is a base of everything. If your technique is right, your relaxation will be better, your equalization will be better, your urge to breathe will be better. It's very useful and very important to spend a little bit of work in the beginning, getting the right technique and the right movements, being aware of what you do and how, to then have the payoff in the future of your freediving progression.